What is going on? Solutions for sellers. I've had the opportunity to put some notes together. So tonight might be kind of a longer training because I'm going to dive in deep so that I can help you really figure out this content thing. Okay. A lot of y'all are really, really stressed when it comes to your content strategy. Okay. And I don't want you to be stressed with your content. Content doesn't need to be this stressful thing or this gray cloud over your head. Okay. It doesn't need to be all of that. And hopefully with this training, this will be helpful for you so that you can actually move forward instead of sitting in this hamster wheel or in this cycle where it's just so overwhelming, right? To where you just like don't do the thing. So hopefully that'll be helpful. Procrastination by perfectionism. Oh man, that's a really good comment. Who can relate to Susan's comment there? I saw a lot of that, right? I saw a lot of comments on yeah, I stress so bad I actually sweat. Oh no. See, it shouldn't be that way. Content creation should not stress you out to the point where it's like you're sweating, right? However, there's a lot. Like I totally understand where your perspective is because there's a lot when it comes to social media in general. Okay? There's a lot of platforms and times you're supposed to be posting and analytics and different different areas of social media where you should be posting, right? So I'm going to give you guys some theories here. Of course, everybody's going to have a different opinion on this. So if your leader tells you something different, listen to, whoever resonates with you the best. And of course, take what I say with a grain of salt. You don't have to follow my advice, but of course, I tried to share very practical tips that are very step by step, or at least I hope that they're step by step so that it's helpful. Okay. All right. So when life sounds very busy for you, I know. I also have a son that is potty training as well. So it's been a very eventful week. So I appreciate you guys just being patient with me if I just don't say things correctly or all the way. But I want to share something with you, okay? When it comes to tonight's content, okay, or what I'm going to be sharing in the live, I first want to start off by saying, yes, I've been getting up very, very early because of my son. And I almost didn't show up to the live tonight. I almost just let that live just do its thing tonight. And really, tonight, I had a really good training just scheduled, and it was just going to walk you through how to use our content tools. But I feel as though I can give you that information, but really what I need to give you guys is something a little bit more tangible for you to actually just gain in and hone in on a content strategy that works for you. So hopefully that is going to be helpful. We are potty training here too, a week with no issues now. That's amazing. Holler. My son he doesn't like it very much, but I just bought like a little sticker book for him. So it's getting a little better. However, he's a stubborn one. I wonder where he gets that from, the stubbornness. Who knows? It's really a mystery. But let's go ahead and get into it, okay? Tonight's training, I'm going to be walking you through, and I have some notes on my phone, so if I'm looking this way, it's because of that. I plan on delivering to you a detailed content strategy so that you can simplify your content approach. Okay. First, we're going to define what good content is designed to do and then break down 5 content pillars. I want you guys to literally take out a piece of paper, okay, and take notes. All right. Take out a piece of paper and take notes because this is going to be really good training for you. And I think this is going to solve a lot of your problems. All right. 5 content pillars that you should be creating content around. Everybody needs content pillars. Comment below if you have content pillars. And if you do, are they defined? If you don't have content pillars, that is why you're struggling. Okay. Already have notes open. Perfect. And then I'm going to answer some questions based on what I've seen in some of the comments tonight. So if you guys have questions you want me to answer, feel free to, comment here on the live. I might just kind of scroll back up because I'm not going to answer them right now. But if you have specific questions you want me to answer, I'm going to do the best I can to get to everybody. Okay. Also, if you're on my text list, you're going to get a very special text in about 9 minutes. So if you're not on my text list, I need you to get on my text list because you're going to love me for this. Okay. Not to boast, but you're going to love me for this. So text 727-219-2444. Text the word new to 727-219-2444. Okay. Because at 8:45, you're going to be getting something very, very special. All right. It's not a ton, it's not like the best thing in the world, but it's really going to help you, especially for those of you that are just looking for a starting point. I never do this, by the way. I never do this. So make sure that you're on my text list, okay? Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this, all right? And by the way, I'm getting texts from people that are already on the text list. If you've already opted in, you're going to get it. You don't have to opt in again. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. All right, so let's talk about this, okay? First, let's talk about how to create good content. And in order to be able to create good content, we need to first define it. We need to first define what good content is. All right, let's talk about it. I want you to write these two things down. Okay, after you opt into my text list, I want you to write these two things down. Number one, good content connects you to your audience and your audience to connect with you. That is what good content is. Okay. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be the most amazing piece of content in the world. It doesn't need to, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Your content needs to connect with people, and people need to be able to connect with you. So that's number one. Number two, your content needs to serve your audience in some way, shape, or form. Your content needs to serve your audience in some way, shape, or form. That's it. You need to connect and you need to serve. Everything else I'm going to share with you, okay, is going to revolve around that. So make sure you write that down in your notes. Christy said she said I'm on the list. Yay, that's awesome. Michelle's on the list as well. Perfect. She said that was me. It's not just you, girl. It's a few people. It's all good. Don't even worry about it. But it's funny because every Sunday we have the Sunday segment and we have like, hey, opt into our text list, right? It's just a chance for you to win. And then some of the people that are already on the text list will opt in again. It's like, girl, you're already in. It's all good. So just so you know, if you have opted in before, you're saved. We got you, friend. I promise. Okay. All right. So here we go. Ooh, I'm so excited. Now it's like 6 minutes left. And then who's ever on my text list is going to get something special. All right, ready? Let's go ahead and break down your content buckets. Again, I want you guys to write this down. All right, write this down on a piece of paper because you're going to want to save this information. Maybe you've heard this before. If you have, that's fine. But I remember the first time I heard this information, it changed my whole life when it came to content creation. Okay. I'm going to give you examples and everything. Okay. So I hope you guys are like in for it. This is not going to be a short training. I know at the beginning of the year, I said, I'm going to make sure I don't do 45-minute trainings on Sundays again, because I know I need to conserve people's time. I need to be better about it. But sometimes we just need to come in and just hang out and talk. Okay. Sometimes we just need to, like, you know what I mean? Like, just connect and get on the same frequency so that we can just chat it out. All right. We're going to chat it out tonight. So let's talk about this. We've already talked about what good content is. Content that connects people to you and you to people, and content that serves your audience. Okay. Now let's talk about your content buckets. There's five content buckets. I don't care what any other trainer has told you. I have summed this up to 5. Number one, personal. Okay. Personal. Let's break down personal content. If you have examples, feel free to share in the comment section of what you think personal content is. Personal content is so important. If you want people to be able to connect with you, because connection is a big deal on social media, especially if you expect people to pull out their wallets and swipe a debit card with you and share their card information with you and buy from you, right? You need to get personal with people. You just do, okay? Especially in the digital world, okay? So here are some examples of personal content. That's a really good one. What I am doing and what I'm about. That is really good example, Allison. Great job. Okay. Yes, Charlotte. Exactly. Your story and who you are. Very good example. So I want you to write these examples down because this is going to help you in addition to it. Personal content. Selfies. Okay. Selfies. People need to see your face, my friends. If you're not showing your face because, like, hey, I have this, I've got, I have wrinkles and warts and whatever on my face. I don't care. I don't care what you have that's going on in your face. People need to connect with you. And if you're only throwing graphics up and never photos of yourself, that is going to create a disconnect with your audience. You can't just throw up a bunch of engagement posts and call it a day. You have to allow people to see your face because you are the business, right? You are the face of the business. Your engagement graphics and your business posts and your sales graphics are not the business. You are the business. People are there for you. Okay. Yes. Everybody look at that comment. I like to add my face to engagement post. Do it all the time. Please do that. Okay. Now, of course, there's a benefit to adding the color background feature to some of these open engagement questions because Facebook really does like when you use their Facebook features. However, you do need to show your face. You do need to show your face. Post things about your life. There we go. Cooking pics of you and your family. Exactly. So selfies is one. Family. Share your family. Okay. People want to know about you. They want to know, like, who's your husband? Who, like, share about your family. Okay. That's how you connect with people in real life, right? So, selfies, family, trips. If you go on a family trip, where are we? We're in summertime, right? Or I guess now we're approaching fall. Did you share your family vacation trip? Did you share when you went to the pool with your family, or when you went hiking, or when you went and did something special with your family? Maybe you didn't go on vacation because everything's expensive right now. I know what's going on in the world, y'all. Okay. Everything's expensive. Maybe you just went to the park down the street. Did you share about it? Okay. So, selfies, family, trips, vacations, personal insight content. So, this is content where you're sharing your personal insight, your opinions on things. Okay. I would highly recommend staying away from controversial topics like politics and sometimes even religion. However, again, totally up to you. Like I said in the beginning of this training, right? Take it what I say with a grain of salt. If you find something helpful from here, fantastic. All right. But personal insight content can be even content that has nothing to do with your products. It can be content that has to do with your products. Maybe you're using your products. Maybe you have it in a boomerang in your stories where you're utilizing your products. Maybe you wear your products, right? So you're constantly having it on camera, right? But personal insight can be really anything. Maybe you got a new curling iron off of TikTok and it's like a viral curling iron, and you go on and you share people how it works, and if you like it, and you give people a review about it. That is personal insight content. People want to know your opinion. They want to know what you're like. They want to know who you are and what your interests are, because that's what gives you substance. Okay. This is the difference between successful direct sellers and unsuccessful direct sellers. When you only show up just to post content and graphics and sales images, and that's it, and you're not putting your substance and yourself and your you-ness in your content, then people go in the opposite direction, because people long for connection now more than ever. We just went through a pandemic where people didn't have the opportunity to connect with people, so now more than ever people crave for connection. Okay. So I want to encourage you, for those of you that are just taking content and just boop, okay, checklist, I want you to make it your own. Yes, it's going to require more work. I'm sorry you don't have time, but that's what it takes to be successful. Giving you the real here in this training, okay? 80% personal, 20% sales, exactly, right? Connection is absolutely the key to success. Absolutely the key to success, okay? Okay, I need to highlight this comment. I share about family and the kiddos, help with prize drawings, putting stickers on envelopes. I do a where am I now in my house. Oh my goodness, I love it. That is great connecting content that allows people to get a glimpse into your world. Notice how I started this training sharing with you how tired I was with my mom bun, with my no makeup on, because I did not plan on going live tonight, right? And I shared how exhausted I was because my son is potty training. And how many of you guys were like, oh my gosh, I've been there, I've done that. That's me connecting with you. You see how organic I just made that? That's how you need to be with your audience. We're not different people. We're the same, right? We're just connecting. Anyway, not to get on a tangent. The first content bucket is personal, okay? The second content bucket is product. Product, okay? Believe it or not, yes, you can talk about your product, okay? Now, this text it should be sending. I know there's quite a few of you guys on our text list, so some of you might already have that text. But if not, it should be sending. It might take a little while for it to actually get to you, because it kind of, with Project Broadcast, it sends text messages in segments, and it could take a while. However, the text is being sent. Let me know if you got my text, okay? All right, so the second one is product, okay? Product. And I'm going to give you a term that you've probably never heard before, because I literally made it up. And if somebody else said it, I promise I made it up. Nonchalant marketing. Okay. Nonchalant marketing. You know what nonchalant marketing is? I'm going to tell you what it is. And I know you don't know what it is, because I'm the first one to say it, because I made it up, because I couldn't think of the word for this. And I'm like, is there a term for how this marketing actually is called? Nonchalant marketing. Do you know what that is? It's when you're just being a human being and not selling. You know what sells your content and your products? You using them, living by them. Yep. You know why I sell products and I get people buying my products through my stories? because I talk about them, right? Sometimes I don't even talk about them. Sometimes I'm just on camera and I'm talking about something completely separate, and I'm taking my probiotic and I'm taking my collagen and I'm taking my vitamins. And over time, people are like, what are you taking? What is that? Can I get some information on that? I call it nonchalant marketing because you're not talking about it. Like, you're not explaining it, you're not selling it, right? Gone are the days where you can be an infomercial. All right. That's like 1980. It is 2023. Everybody and their mother is selling something. And the best way that you can attract people is when you can kind of hold the beans and not spill it all. Okay. Put it on camera though. It is absolutely appropriate for you to be able to sell product. Okay. By just making sure that it's visual. Does that make sense? Keep it visual, but don't make it the thing. Does that make sense? Don't make it the subject all the time. In your VIP group, if all you talk about are your products, and that is the only thing you talk about, people are gonna get annoyed. They just are. Okay. Like I said in the beginning of this training, you can take what I say with a grain of salt. Okay. But I'm just sharing with you something a little bit different. Sometimes it's helpful to just listen to things in a different way. Yay! I'm so glad you love the text. Are you talking content on your personal page, biz page, VIP group? Everywhere, my friend. Susan, everywhere. I miss the 1980s. Everywhere, my friend. Everywhere. Okay. Number 2 is product. I like to talk about product in a nonchalant manner. That means that I don't hop on my stories or on my lives and say, I would love to present to you this amazing product. It has 7 patents and it's won 25 industry awards and it's the #1 collagen and blah, 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 blah. Those are features. People don't care about features. They don't care about features. That's what the website's for. Let the website sell the features. You sell the story. You sell yourself. You sell the benefits. You sell how you've gained whatever success story from your products. How has these products benefited you? That's what you can start sharing. Don't share about the information that people really don't care about. Color sizes and da 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 da. People don't care about that. They really, really don't. They need to know, why does this matter to me? It's kind of a selfish mentality when you think about it, but people are selfish. They're going to look at the content and they're going to say, why should this matter to me? Why do I need to care about this? Does that make sense? Sell the story. It's called story selling. Okay. If you have a story attached to it, you will sell way more of it. Okay. I barely talk about my products on my personal feed, but people buy, right? They buy. Do you know why they buy? Because I don't sell it, right? I'm not over here. It's $29.99 and there's a 7 da, 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 and there's a 14-day money back guarantee. I used to, right? And then I switched it up and I decided, you know what? I'm so annoyed of my elevator pitch of me selling. And so I stopped. And now I'm just on camera as I talk about other things, right? I'm talking like I'm connecting with people, like I am with you, while I just show people the products and how to use them. And eventually I just get questions and then I send them the information. I don't chase anybody down. And then they end up buying later because I'm continuously in their face about it, to the point where it's like, okay, Janet, this is all over the place. What do you have? Does that make sense? Yay! I'm so glad you got the text. Fantastic. You have to learn how to tell a story. Just be genuine with it. Whatever story you have, right? Think about your products. Who were you before you joined your company? Who were you? What were your struggles? What were your pain points? What were the things that kept you up at night? I want you to think about those things and I want you to write it down. Okay. Now I want you to think about, how did your products in your company, in your opportunity, in your business solve those pain points and your struggles? If you don't have that, I need you to make that list, because people will buy things that matter, that are going to solve their problems. People join my academy because it solves a problem. People buy products because it solves a problem. Okay. It just does. All right. Does that make sense? All right. Okay. So that's number 2 is product. Like I said, nonchalant marketing. I don't know if you've heard of it. I might have just made it up. That's fine. There's also curiosity marketing, story selling. And another way that you can really market products is sharing testimonials, social proof. Write this down for the second one when it comes to product, is a content bucket. Social proof. Social proof. If you don't have testimonials, go get them. You need them. Okay. I don't buy anything on Amazon unless there's I'm looking at the product reviews first. I zoom all the way down on my phone, because it's like a really long listing. And I go all the way down to the reviews before I buy anything. Anything. Anybody else? Anybody else do that? Before you buy anything, what's the first thing you do? You look at the reviews. Before you go to a restaurant, what is the first thing you do? You check the reviews. You check Google, right? You're like, let's see. What's the wait time? Oh, okay, it's got some good reviews. Let's go check it out, Jim, right? I don't know who Jim is. My husband's name is Shane. Moving on. I told you guys I was tired, right? Yes. Look at the reviews on everything. You have to think the consumer, the people that are hanging out on social media, okay, they need to see social proof. They need to see that it's actually going to work for them. They need to see something that's going to say people like it. And they need a reason to care. If you want people to buy from you, you need to give them a reason to care. Okay. Awesome. Okay, cool. All right. So, third content bucket. You guys ready for this? Third content bucket, business. Business. Who here is comfortable sharing their business opportunity on social media? Raise your hand if you're comfortable. Okay. Drop a thumbs down emoji if you're uncomfortable with sharing your business online. This will be interesting because I'm really curious to see your responses. And I'm so glad you guys are getting the text message, and I hope it helps you for the month of September. Nope. Okay. She said no. On a scale of 1 to 10, 6 or 7. That's not bad, Erin. Okay. We got a few uncomfortable people. Allison's 50-50. Do you guys know why you're uncomfortable? Can I tell you? Can I be real with you as a friend to friend? You're uncomfortable because you haven't found a genuine way to share it. You're watching everybody else do it and you're like, they're so good at it. I just don't have a crazy, awesome story. Like, I haven't made $1 million doing this. I haven't walked out of a mansion yet. I haven't bought a Porsche. Like, it hasn't really given me incredible financial independence yet, right? And you feel like you need to have this incredible story behind it in order to share. When in reality, nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about that. Exactly. Varies on how I am feeling about my personal business at the moment. This is why it's so, so important. Thank you for being so honest. That is the most honest answer ever. I love that. Thank you so much for being so honest about that. I appreciate that because it's a weird time right now, right? Has anybody felt the temperature in the room? It's a weird time right now, especially in this industry. I always talk from the heart because I can't follow or copy others' stories. Yes. Somebody screenshot that or save that. Okay. It doesn't matter what you've been able to accomplish as far as like the Porsche and the mansion and the nice things, even if you've never had an incentive trip. Okay. You need to speak from the heart. That's what matters. People want to connect with people. And 9 times out of 10, people don't care about the fancy stuff. People at this moment, in this day and age, people just want to be able to pay their light bill. People just want to be able to pay for groceries. People just want to be able to pay a gas bill. So what I like to talk about a lot of the time is daily pay, or at least in my personal company, I like to talk about our daily pay. I can just give my daily pay and pay for gas, right? Those are the things that people care about. The extra $40 that I made this morning, right? I was able to fill up my tank. You know how many people can relate to that? Oh my gosh, I could use $40 right now to fill up my tank, right? That is a perk. I'm not saying, look at me. I'm just saying in general, that is an example of you sharing something that's not astronomical or crazy or just like this amazing thing, right? For a lot of people, $40 to fill up a gas tank is a very amazing thing. Okay, let's see. Let's read this comment really quickly. I feel that way. If I'm feeling really good, then I'm at the top of my game, but I'm going through something or getting in my own head, I procrastinate and get irritated with myself. You got to work that out though, girl, because consistency is everything. I don't mean to call you out, but consistency is everything. You have to continue showing up with that message because there's the rule of marketing. People need to see it 7 times before they make a decision, before they want to reach out, before they want to ask you for a link. Okay. And on top of that rule of 7, okay, it's the general marketing rule of 7. People are only seeing 6% of your posts on top of that, which means you probably have to talk about it way more. It doesn't need to be every single post, right? It doesn't need to be every single day talk about your business. Just be organic with it. Be yourself. So with that third content pillar, a couple of things that you can share when you're talking about your business, right? Share your story. If you don't know it, write it down. Okay. Memorize your story so that you can share it. Celebrate whatever achievements that you have been able to do. Maybe it's making $40 again so that you can fill up your gas tank. Maybe you did earn an incentive trip, right? One of my leaders on my team earned an incentive trip coming up in a couple of months. So I shared the crap out of that because not only does that help her, of course, we're celebrating her, but I'm sharing it on my social media as well because again, it's social proof, right? People need the social proof. So achievements, team shout outs, all right? Another great way you can celebrate your business if you don't necessarily want to share about the monetary portion of it, share leadership, your community, your culture. If you have a picture with somebody that, maybe has helped you in your business or somebody you admire in your business, if you have a picture, share them and do a Woman Crush Wednesday. Woman Crush Wednesday. I just want to shout out my leader, Rebecca. Rebecca is so amazing because she's helped me with this and that and the other. And she's made me the leader that I am today. And without her, I would have never started in business. I don't know why I went into that mode, but Woman Crush Wednesday. Okay. There you go. Do a Woman Crush Wednesday. Shout somebody out in your team, right? Share that community, share that culture with the people that are watching your content. Those things are great things to celebrate. Again, incentive trips and personal experience. Okay. How have you personally benefited from the business? Maybe it's beyond monetary. There are other reasons, right? Maybe you've gained a sense of confidence, right? Maybe the community or the culture that you're in is just such a great group of girlfriends, right? Maybe you've learned about yourself. Maybe you've been able to be a better leader. Maybe you're a stronger individual, right? Let's think beyond the cliche of just making an extra $500 a month, right? Don't you get tired of seeing those posts over and over and over and over and over again? Just be original, be yourself, right? I share about how many new friends I've made while being with my company. There you go. That's great. This is a very lonely world right now. A lot of people feel isolated. How many people would probably want, especially mom friends, right? Depending on who your target audience is, maybe mom friends, right? They can relate to that. Man, I want to be a part of an awesome community. But anyway, third content pillar, share about your business. Okay. Number 4 here. This is the fourth content pillar here. Okay. Inspirational content. Inspirational content. You can do it in your VIP or personal page. Okay. Do you guys need to know the difference between posting in your VIP and personal page? I feel like that's a question you guys have. Do y'all need me to break that down for you? How do you post in your VIP group versus your personal page? Feel free to comment and then I'll break down the 5th pillar. Okay. All right. So there is some confusion on that. Okay, cool. I will break that down here for you. All right. First, let me get through inspirational posts really quick. Okay. Let me get through this 4th content pillar. So inspirational, these are quotes. Again, Woman Crush Wednesdays, mindset posts, right? What are you personally going through right now? Are you reading a book that's helping you with your mindset? Are you listening to a podcast that you get a really good message from? By the way, if you're working on personal development on a daily basis, I want you to mark my words here, your content creation becomes a lot easier because you're being inspired. You're being inspired by something. You're listening to something positive. You're listening to something helpful, right? It's going to be so much easier for you to create these kind of mindset posts, inspirational posts that are meant to serve people in your audience because you're being fed really, really good stuff, right? I quote Ed Milet all the time. Like sometimes I quote Jesse Lee. Sometimes I quote, people on some of my uplines that are pretty well known in the industry, right? There's all the time I use their quotes. And then I share what that means to me and why it hit me, right? And what it's done for my life. Simple things like that can be really good inspirational content because you never know who's on the other end listening. Does that make sense? Okay, so mindset, an aspect to your story, right? Share bits and pieces to your story that are relevant, triumphs, and then even setbacks with an intention to help others overcome their setbacks as well, right? What personal triumphs have you gone through? What's a part of your story that's kind of hard to talk about a little bit, but it's made you the person that you are today? Those are inspirational content. That's content that's designed, again, to serve others and allow people to connect. Remember what I said in the beginning of the training, the good quality content sits with 2 things, right? You need 2 things. You need to be able to connect and serve. Inspirational content is such a great way to do it. And you don't have to be, again, elaborate, because I know a lot of us are beginners here, right? Daily gratitude post. That is so great, Lucy. You know how many people don't do gratitudes on a daily basis? So many people don't do gratitudes. And it's so great for the mindset. It really does help you with your mindset. So that's so great that you do that with your people. And I'm sure your audience gets a ton of value from that. So great job. All right, the last content bucket, and then I'm going to share with you the difference between VIP content and personal page content. And I'm sorry if this training is kind of long, but are you guys finding it valuable so far? Drop some fire emojis if this is valuable so far. Okay. All right. So here's the last piece of content. You guys ready? And this is the hardest one. Here's the last piece of content. All right. Target audience driven content. Target audience driven content. Okay. Now, for those of you who are like, oh man, here we go with the target audience thing. You have to know who you're talking to, at least to some extent. And if not, you have to know what problem you're solving for people. Because if you at least know what problem you're solving for people, then the right people can come and find you. If that helps simplify that a little bit. Okay. Good. I'm so glad this is helpful. Your target audience driven. So for me, I'm a mom of littles. Okay. I've got 2 little children, right? And there are certain people in here that commented and they said, oh my God, I can totally relate to you in your potty training and in the whole going from a crib to a toddler bed. That's my target audience. The people that commented and said something and said, I can relate to you, I can connect with you because of that, because I've been there, done that. That is my target audience. So what kind of content can you create? Maybe you're an empty nester and you're looking for other empty nesters, right? Think about that. Number 4 was inspirational, Jill. No, that's okay. She said so helpful. Sorry, I couldn't find the fire emoji on my laptop. That's okay, girl. It's all good. I appreciate the attempt. Don't worry about it. But the last piece of content is target audience driven. So for me, I like to do a lot of mom humor, right? Because I'm a mom. If everybody here is a mom, there's your target audience, right? Everybody can relate to moms, even if you're a dog mom, even if you're a parrot mom, even if you're a fish mom. That's okay. Okay, you're still a mom. If you're an empty nester, right? There's going to be certain content that you're going to be relating to when it comes to those people. All right. But really just think about the people that you're actually talking to. Okay. Those are the 5 content buckets. I'm going to repeat them one more time. Personal, product, business, inspirational, and target audience driven. If you guys need help with this, go on my personal page and just look at my content. Look at my posts. Okay. You're going to see a little mixture of everything. I like to use memes. Okay. If you go to Pinterest, I'm going to help you out right now. If you go to Pinterest, and you search meme and you put your target audience, okay? Put just meme your target audience, something that matters your target audience. You're going to see so many memes that are going to be speaking the language of your target audience. Use that and post that and see what kind of engagement you get. And then whoever engages on that, yes, everybody loves memes. It's like really hot right now. Whoever engages with that content, those are your people because they're going to come to you. Okay. They're going to comment. They're going to do a laughing emoji. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, I can relate to this. Right? Those are your people. And they're going to come and engage with you because you're doing it in a humorous way. Funny equals money. Okay. I want you guys to think about that. Funny equals money. All right. So personal product business. Okay. Hold on. I think Jill did. Oh no, I'm sorry. Taikika. Is it Taikika? Personal product, business, inspirational, and target audience driven. Okay. All right. Again, sorry, this is a long training. I haven't done a long training like this in a while. Okay. So those are your 5 content buckets. Is that helpful? Love me some memes. Yes, baby Yoda memes. Exactly. And that's great too, Christy. Let me just highlight that for a second. Baby Yoda memes. That's your people. The people that engage with that content, that's your people. Okay. Maybe it's the fun, nerdy people, right? My husband loves Yoda. He loves Star Wars and all that jazz, right? He actually got me to watch Star Trek, all of them. And turns out he was right. It was pretty good, y'all. No text yet. Oh my gosh. Yes, 727-219-2444. It's probably, I mentioned earlier, with the text messaging, it sends it out in segments. So sometimes for some people, depending on where you are in the world, it may take a little longer to get to you than others. Some people did get it, but make sure to just text back if you didn't get it, because I have somebody who's handling my text right now too, and she can help, okay? Okay, now let's break down really quickly the difference between VIP content and personal page, okay? VIP content and personal page, all right? So here's the deal. On your personal page, what you really want to focus on posting, okay, is everything that I did share with you. All right. I did share all the 5 content buckets. You can absolutely share all of that content in there. The difference with your VIP group is where you're really allowed to sell. Your VIP group is where you're really allowed to market your products, to post your sales graphics, to go live and play your booking games, to go live and sell your business opportunity. You know why? Because people opted in for that information. In your VIP group, people opted in to hear about your products, to hear your pitch, to be messaged, okay? To see the sales graphics and all of the sales that your business is running, right? If you have a company sale that's going on, right? Maybe in certain times of the month, that's what your VIPers have opted into, okay? Now, In your personal page, it's different because those people didn't opt in for that. So on your personal page, you really want to focus on connecting with people, right? So posting connecting posts, like all the content pillars that I shared with you, but you're not posting your sales graphics. You're not doing your booking games on your personal page. You're not posting a graphic of a product with all the benefits. That's really tacky. Any company graphics on your personal page is a big no-no. No company graphics on your personal page. Like if you're with like Pampered Chef and you're posting a Pampered Chef and it has the logo of Pampered Chef and it's on your personal page, people are literally going to run in the opposite direction. I promise you. But that post can live in a VIP group, but not on your personal page. Your personal page is going to be filled with people that are just looking to connect and socialize with people. You can attract with your business posts. Yes, you can. You can attract when you're nonchalant marketing about your products. Yes. Okay. But you can't just be directly selling because people don't like to feel sold to in general. And if they didn't opt in, then they're going to feel like it's spam. Does that make sense? Versus your VIP group where they opted in. You invited them and they accepted, which means that they accepted to be receiving messages from you. They accepted to be marketed to. They accepted to be asked if they want to host a party. They accepted to be receiving information about sales because they opted into that, right? Does that make sense? I hope that kind of breaks that down. Personal page, keep it very overview, right? If I were to do, let's give you an example. Absolutely, Angela. Let me give you a quick example here just to make sure you guys understand what I'm saying. If tomorrow I wanted to post about my product on my page, you know how I would do it? If it was my VIP group, I would say, guys, I don't know if you've tried this yet, but I've been using this collagen for 30 days. And these are the benefits I've already seen, right? And this is what the ingredients are and all these other things, right? A sales post. You can get it here. Comment below for a link. This is what I would say in my VIP group, right? Better than what I just verbalized it, but you get it. It's a sales post. If I wanted to talk about my collagen in my personal page, you know what I would say? On my personal page, I would say, I am so excited I found this liquid gold. I've been using it for the last 6 months. It's made such a huge difference. Everyone should try this. And it would just be a picture of me looking really good with my hair down because the collagen, right? I'm not asking for the sale. I'm not sharing any details. I'm not saying where to buy it. I'm not sharing a price. That is literally my post. It's probably less than 4 sentences. That is nonchalant marketing, but also that is a way to just share curiosity about your products in a way that's not spammy because I'm just sharing my personal experience. That's personal insight content, right? It's the same thing as if I went to Target, right? And I would post this on my personal feed too, right? If you went to Target and you found a really good pair of leggings that made your booty look really good, let's just keep it real. Let's keep it 100, right? You found some leggings and they made your booty look really good. You would absolutely, maybe not on your personal feed, but you would at least hold your leggings and say, oh my gosh, guys, I found these leggings at Target and these are amazing. I'm so glad I bought them. You're just sharing with your girlfriends, right? That's your personal page content versus your VIP content. If you were selling those leggings, guys, these leggings are $12.99. Make sure to get them. I've been using them for 3 months and blah, 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 blah. Here's a link, right? Come buy them. We only have 15 left. I wanted to kind of give you like a real explanation to that. Spill the beans in your group, drop a bean or two in your personal page. Okay. Ooh, I should like trademark that. So spill the beans in your VIP group. Okay. And then drop a bean or two in your personal page. She said, not the Target leggings. Okay, we're moving on. Okay. All right. I hope you guys found that helpful. All right. I really, really do. I hope that you guys found that helpful. Okay. Now let's get into the next part of this. Now let's get into the next part of this. All right. All right, let's see what I write down here. I wanted to answer some questions for you guys. If you have any specific questions, comment below. But I wrote down a couple that I found on some of the posts and I wanted to address these questions when it comes to content. Okay. Thank you guys for being so patient. This is a long training. Okay. One question was closing sales from engagement posts. Closing sales from engagement posts. Okay. Let me answer that for you. And I'm sure some of you have this question too, right? Who here is posting open engagement posts and people comment, but then like nobody buys, right? Maybe you're posting an open engagement, open-ended question and like maybe 30 comments happen, but then nobody buys anything, right? Nobody buys anything. And you're posting and you're posting and you're super consistent. Maybe people are commenting, maybe some people aren't commenting, but then you're like, this is not equating to sales. How do I equate this to sales? I'm going to give you some very real information here. And it's I'm just going to be very honest with you. Okay. Here's my question to you. Are you asking them? Are you in their inbox and sharing about the business and sharing about the products? Okay. Again, I'm keeping it very real with you. You cannot just show up on social media, post content, and just expect sales to come in. Content does not equate to sales. There's no equivalency. I can be a professional content creator. I can have 1 million followers on TikTok, literally 1 million followers on TikTok if I wanted to. Okay. And I could make $0.00. I really, really can. But it's up to you. If I wanted to convert that into sales, you have to have conversations. You have to have conversations. You have to actively ask. If people are not attracted to your content and they're not running to ask you about your products, you need to go get it. You need to go ask them. You just do. Okay. I know that's really hard. I really, really know that's hard. I know some of you are like, I don't like that. Well, that's why you start with your VIP group. If you have a VIP group, those are the people that opted in to receive sales information from you. Those are going to be the people that are your number ones. Okay. I want you to just grow your confidence for a minute with me. And I want you to actively prospect. Give people the opportunity to purchase from you. Let them know about the upcoming sale that's coming up. Let them know about a new product drop. Ask them if they're open to taking a look at the opportunity. If not, no biggie. Ask them if they're open to taking a look at this new product launch. If not, no biggie. That is how you convert. Conversations turn into conversions, but you first need to connect. And if you are not actively connecting, those conversations never happen. Therefore, conversions never convert. Your engagement posts and your content are not designed to sell for you. Okay. Now, if you're really, really good at it and you're story selling and you're really good at sharing your story, you're going to get those organic people. They're going to come through and say, I like her. I like her message. She's built the know, like, and trust with me. I just want whatever she has. And you're just going to naturally attract people to you. Okay. But that doesn't happen immediately. That takes time. That is when you've well defined your content buckets. That is when you have well defined your story and when you become a professional. Okay. Nobody starts as a professional. Your content is meant to help you connect with people, help people get to know you, what you're about, what you're passionate about. The conversions are going to happen in inbox. If you guys think I'm not inboxing people, I am. More than half the people on my team did not approach me about my business just because I'm an influencer or whatever you want to call me. I don't really know what I am, a trainer. Somebody who likes to help people online, right? You have to build great relationships. And in order to do it, it needs to be a back and forth dialogue. And if you're not having a back and forth dialogue, that is why you're not selling, period. Especially now in this day and age. It's 2023. It's not the same that it was in 2018, where you can just post a sales graphic and people just buy it. It's not like that anymore. It's just not. So I want to encourage all of you, if you're posting content consistently, you're posting in your stories, maybe you're posting your reel every day, and you're like, why isn't this translating to sales? That is the question I want to ask you. Are you inboxing people? Are you starting conversations? And are you willing to start at suck? One of my leaders, great leaders that I admire and I respect, she said this: you need to embrace the suck. Everybody starts at suck until you get to not suck so much. I think that's how she says it, until you get to not suck so much. And then you get to a point where you're just like, maybe I'm a little better than suck, right? Maybe I'm average. And then you get to a point where you're just like, man, I'm pretty good at this. My conversions are getting higher. I'm figuring out what works. I'm figuring out what a good follow-up message is. I'm figuring out how to connect better with people and how to problem solve, right? How to find solutions for people, right? That is when you're going to convert. But if you're not actively in conversations, if your inbox is all red and you have no running conversations, you're not growing. Period. You know when your business is growing. Your business is growing when you have consistent rotating conversations in Messenger. People need to trust people. And in order to trust you, you need to actively build relationships. Your content is not there to sell for you. It's just not. Okay. So I hope that part is helpful. Okay. That was one question. Here's the second question. How do you take content and make it relevant to your audience? Okay. So some of you guys already know I have this content membership. It's called Simply Sustainable Academy. We provide content tools. And tonight you guys saw some of the different content tools that we provide. And there were some questions on it. We saw some Academy members leaving some awesome comments as well, which you guys are awesome, by the way. But when we create content for our members, our content, my dog is dreaming. Do you guys hear him? He's dreaming. I'm sorry. When we create content tools, George, come here. I'm sorry. He was dreaming. Did you guys hear that? I don't think you guys heard that. It's my Aussie doodle. Okay. All right. When we create content tools for our members, okay, our content, there are so many different companies, right? There's so many different people in our academy that are in direct sales, network marketing. Some people are a small business. They're not even attached to a direct sales company. It is physically impossible. My dog is chasing a chicken, and yes, I heard him. I don't know what it is. Every single time he goes to sleep, he's just, and his legs start moving. It's so funny. But anyway, see, dog mom. There we go. Aaron, connection there. We create content tools for online sellers, right? It is physically impossible for us to be able to create content that's going to perfectly fit everybody's niche. Physically impossible. What we are designed to do is we create content tools so that you can plug and play your you-ness. So the answer to that question is, how do I take content and make it relevant to my audience? You add your you-ness to it. Okay, if you don't know what you-ness is, I made it up also. I like to make up words here, so if you haven't already noticed. But I think it's a great term, you-ness. Okay, you have to apply yourself within the content. If there's a graphic there that doesn't fit you right, switch it out and switch it with a picture of yourself. That's how you add your you-ness to it. If you know who your target audience is, and maybe your target audience is mostly moms, then you need to switch up some of the posts so that moms can resonate with it. Okay, you have to add yourself into it. I broke down the 5 content pillars. You guys can rewind this afterwards to kind of rewatch that. But in order to make the content relevant to your audience, another kind of extra mild tip here that you can do is ask good questions. Ask good questions. Ask your audience questions. What are some simple questions that you can ask your audience? Open-ended questions that are designed for them to give you more than a one-word response. Because open-ended questions allow you to learn what they're into, what they're passionate about, what they care about, what problems they have, especially if you make them niche-related open-ended questions. And then when you ask good questions, you can create the perfect content for your audience, because now you know exactly what they want and what they're looking for. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I'll give you a general example. When I started this Facebook group, being super transparent here, if you're not following me on my reels, by the way, I have another Instagram account. I have one for Solutions for Sellers, and I have another one where tomorrow I have a post that's going to be posting, and you guys are going to want to read that because I'm going to be sharing something really, really awesome on my personal Instagram. My personal Instagram, okay, is Janet E. Parks. Find that on Instagram, Janet E. Parks, and follow that. And you're going to see exactly how I do story selling, okay? You're going to be able to see it in the reels. But I want to give you a general example here. When I first created this Facebook group, I'm going to be sharing that on that Instagram too, okay? When I first created this Facebook group, I created this Facebook group because I was a part of a different company at the time. It was a different direct sales company. And if you guys have been following me for a while, you guys know. Some of you guys have been here from the very beginning. And with that company, before I started this group, I remember I came across a post. And that post was, does anybody have a Facebook party script? If it wasn't for that post, this group would never have existed, okay? I wasn't allowed to do much in that group, but I had a Word doc with graphics and captions in it. And I used it for personal use because nobody was sharing Facebook party scripts. People were really stingy, or at least people I knew in that company were pretty stingy. Not everybody was. There were some amazing people, but the people I knew just didn't share their stuff for some reason. And so I just had this rinky-dink Facebook party script that I made. And so I commented saying, oh, I have one, right? If you guys want one, just message me. The next morning, I woke up to 300 messages in my inbox asking for this Facebook party script. So then, because I wasn't allowed to do anything in that group or solicit in that group, I created this group. And I created this group to train people how to use it. And I also created this group to show people how to book parties, because I was booking parties like crazy in that company, right? And people wanted my Facebook party script, so I sold it for $10, okay? I sold that Facebook party script for $10. And I tell you what, it was just a Word doc with pictures. It was terrible graphics, okay? It was not good, but people wanted it, and I could not physically just respond to everybody with a Word doc, right? So I had to create a little website, a rinky-dink website where people could just go and buy it. Okay. I sold 100 of them in less than 2 days. I made $1,000 in less than 2 days selling that Facebook party script. So from then on, my husband and I were like, okay, looks like we're serving people. What do we do? Like, how do we know what they want? How do we know that we're doing this right? So what I did was I asked good questions. I posted in the group and I asked questions. What do you like about the party script? People would tell me. What do you not like about the party script? People will tell me. Would you like different themes? Right? People would tell me the themes that they wanted. And then I would take apart some of those answers and I would create what they were asking for. Does that make sense? So I curated my content based on what they were telling me. Literally how this group started. And if you look back in 2019 in this group, you can probably see some of that, right? We were in discovery mode. We were trying to just figure this whole thing out, right? Look at what it's come to be. Look at this group now, right? It's kind of crazy. I share that not to impress you. I share that to impress upon you that if you ask good questions, you can create incredible content that your audience actually wants to listen to, actually wants to connect with. And if your audience feels like you're really connecting and giving them valuable content in that way, right? Where you're solving a problem, right? It goes back to solving that problem. If you're solving that problem for them and you're creating opportunities to solve those problems, people will purchase from you. They just will. Okay. I hope that piece was helpful in what I just shared there. But it's always good to ask questions. Okay. All right. What is the I think I had one more question here. If you have really low engagement, there was a few of you that said I have really, really low engagement. I'm going to give you 3 main reasons here. Okay. I know when you solve a problem, you just grow. 3 reasons why your engagement might be really, really low. You guys ready for this? And then I'm probably going to end this live. Okay. So 3 reasons. Number 1, you aren't connecting enough with your people. Okay. You aren't connecting enough with your people. Number 2, and this is a really real fact that has nothing to do with you. Only 6% of people are going to see your post to begin with. 6%. That means out of 11,500 of you, this many is actually going to see, right? There's probably only like 30 or 40 people that were participating out of 11,500 members in this group. What does that tell you? It's the algorithm, right? It has a lot to do with it. It really does. Okay. 6% is insane. The last thing is, and this is a big one for you guys, okay? Because a lot of us started our direct sales business and our small business online. And the people that we attracted to begin with may not be our target audience. So number 3 is you have attracted the wrong audience. And that's okay, by the way. That's okay that you have attracted the wrong audience. Okay. Just because your friends and family have bought a couple times and they're your main supporters to begin with, that doesn't mean that they're going to remain the audience that's going to help you build your business. Okay. So I wanted to at least give you those 3 tips there as to like what are those 3 reasons why your engagement might be a little low. Okay. I felt number 3 on so many levels. Yes. Who relates to that, right? You start your direct sales business, you start your Facebook group, all your friends and family join it, they see what you're selling, but they're really just there to support you, right? Oh, I'm just going to be here and that's how I can support you, right? I'm just going to be here, I'm just going to take a place in this group and not buy anything and leave a comment here and there and then forget that this group exists. And you think, oh my gosh, they're so supportive, but they're not. And then you wonder why nobody's buying. Because if you're still with that initial audience, turns out that they're not your target audience, then that's why they're not buying from you. They're not your target audience. What does that mean for you? What does that mean for you? Yes, family and friends. I've learned a lot. Yep, family and friends. They are not, listen, we can love our family and our friends, but we can't say that it's terrible that they're not buying from us. Because that shouldn't be what we want, right? It really shouldn't. They shouldn't be your best customers. You should be wanting to sell to strangers. How do you do that? I'm going to be real with you. You need to show up on your personal page and you need to make your personal page public, period. Okay. The majority of my customers, my new customers, come from my personal page. They find me on a reel. They find me in my stories. They find me on my Instagram. They find me on my TikTok. They find me now that I do collaborations and my name's out there a little bit more. I've met more people, so they find me through that, right? You have to show up on your personal page, right? It's not 2018 where you can just kind of be in a Facebook group. You have to show up in other places where people are hanging out. And it makes sense, right? If you're only posting in your VIP group and you're not getting a ton of results and the same 6 people are commenting, then that means that you need to start reaching out to other people. How do you do that? I'm going to give you a quick little tip here. Okay. Can I give you guys a quick little tip? Yes, Lucy, that's a great question. VIP group template in module 2 for plug and play. Thank you for answering that question. I saw that question. I was going to answer it, but then I was on a roll here. Okay. Yes. Here are some tips to find the people. You guys ready to write this down? All right. Here's what you do. This is going to be some legwork. I want you guys, and again, take what I say with a grain of salt. I have just done like this. This is my personal experience. Okay. So hopefully this is going to be helpful for you too. Okay. So gut wrenching advice. I hope that it's helpful though. Like my hope that it is helpful. Okay. Personal page. All right. You guys ready? Find groups where your target audience is hanging out and just go engage with people. And then people who reciprocate with your engagement in your organic conversations of being a human being in those groups and relating to their content, add them as friends. There's number one. I'm not saying to sell to them. I'm not saying, would you like to be a business opportunity? No, I'm just saying be a human and connect with people. Pretend you're not in direct sales for a minute. Pretend for just 1 second you're not in direct sales and you're just a human and you're looking for, let's say your target audience is postpartum moms, right? Maybe you sell something that has to do to help them with their breast milk. That's just a random example. Well, I would probably go into postpartum mom groups. I would go into mother baby groups, right? New moms, right? Local moms in your area. Like we have a Tampa Bay moms Facebook group that's got thousands of people. And I've made tons of friends on there just by just conversating. People just add me and I add them if the conversation is reciprocal. And I haven't sold anything to them. Over time, what happens is we add these people, they add us, we start conversations, they see my stories, they see my content. And if my content resonates with them, which most of the time it does, because I'm talking to the right audience, they comment and they ask for information and they connect with me. It's not immediate, it takes time, but that's how I find new people all the time. So Facebook groups is one awesome way. Okay. 100% find groups with like-minded. Absolutely. Number 2, another great thing that you could do, okay, is go look in your mutual friends. Okay. Go look in your mutual friends and find people that you want to be friends with. Okay. I try to find people that I have a lot of mutual friends with. So I have like a reason to add them, but I go through and I'm like, okay, they're a mom. This is what they do for a living. Okay, that's awesome. I'm going to add them to my friends list. And if they don't want to add me, that's fine. But if they do, I'm going to go comment on some of their social media stuff. I'm not going to sell them anything. I'm just adding to my friends list. I'm adding to my network. This is going to allow you to get out of your bubble. So there are 2 very practical things that you can do. Okay. And here's the third thing. Okay. And a lot of you aren't doing this, but that's okay if you're not, because a lot of these direct sales companies aren't going to teach you this. On your personal page, intentionally on a daily basis, connect with 5 to 10 profiles a day. 5 to 10 people on your friends list, people outside of your friends list. And what I mean by connect, I mean commenting on a post, loving on a story, replying to a story, leaving a meaningful comment on something. Okay. People that you genuinely like, people that you genuinely want to connect with. Because here's what happens. Long story short, Facebook will find meaningful connections based on how you engage with people and how they engage with you. If it's reciprocatory. I don't know if I made that word up, but if it's a reciprocatory relationship, I'm sorry, then what's going to happen is Facebook is going to show both profiles, okay, more often. You're going to see their content more often and they're going to see your content more often. Okay. Does that make sense? And what happens is, we already talked about the rule of 7, right? You just have to get really good at your content buckets, content pillars, and stay consistent with your messaging and stay consistent with what kind of content and how you want to serve to the world and how you want to connect with people into the world. Because then what happens is people want to connect with you. Okay. That's how you find people. That's how you attract people. That's how you grow your audience. Is this true for Instagram too? Instagram is different. Instagram is a nurturing platform. Instagram really is designed. You can find new people on there, but it's not as organic as it used to be. Instagram is literally a nurturing platform, which means that it requires other platforms for it to grow it. So if you have a following on Facebook or on TikTok, encourage people to follow your Instagram. Okay. Instagram's a whole different ball game. It really, really is. But when it comes to Facebook, you have to manipulate the algorithm if you want it to work in your favor. That means if you comment on other people's profiles and their stuff, and their posts and their content, and they reciprocate, you're going to see more of each other, which is a good thing. Okay. Visibility is what you need. A lot of you guys are not visible. You have to make yourself visible. Right now, if you're not getting engagement and you're not getting comments and nobody's buying your stuff, it's very possible that you're either not starting conversations, you're not connecting with people, or you're not visible. That's really what the three breaks. It's usually one of the three. Okay. Does this make sense? Was this helpful? Hashtag value in the comments. I really, really hope so. Okay. Now, before we break this down, I know we've been on here for a little while. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. If you did not receive the text with that freebie that I'm giving to everybody, I really hope that you did. If not, please text the phone number saying I didn't get it so that we can just forward it to you, because I don't know why you didn't get it if you didn't get it. Okay. But if you're on our text list, then you should be getting that. The last thing is, I want to invite you guys to join our Simply Sustainable Academy membership. If you're looking for great content tools, like we've just described, some of the great training that you just got here, we have a lot of that in the Academy as well, and with a lot more to come. Okay. If you want done for you content, plug and play content, exceptional training just like this, and you want to learn how to really nail down your content strategy and really stand out in your brand, come join us. Post 9 that was posted tonight has a 14-day trial link. So go check that out. Okay. Check out the trial link. Try us out. We have content for all of your social media. Okay. And I appreciate you guys so much for being on here. And thanks for being on here for as long as you have been. So I hope this was helpful. And I will see you guys next Sunday. All right, y'all. Bye.